Okay, so this should be Mountain Blade Warband Legacy of the Dragon, if I'm getting the screen properly, and of course I forgot the main part of it. Play it. Oh, it's already playing. Okay. Not on my... Aha! There we go. Now on my channel. Okay, so we are going to start a new game because tutorials are for wimps. Welcome, adventurer, to Legacy of the Dragon. Before the beginning of the game, you must create your character. In this mod, you will find the option to create characters belonging to certain fantasy races and might encounter some spine-chilling fantasy foes. The realm of Ejdaria offers rewards to those who are willing to earn it, and also poses danger to those who would let their guard down. Select your character's gender. I'm guessing that people might be a little confused if I choose a male voice, considering how soft and high-pitched mine is, so I'm gonna go with a female. This time we are not actually playing as Gorzul Glogul. We are going to be a halfling. You are a halfling, short in stature, but you make up for it with your guile and wits. A race of good-natured thieves in possession of an inherited luck. Halflings are scattered throughout various realms. Choose your character's background. Of course, we're gonna choose commoner. You are a commoner, most likely without an interesting family history. You are one of those who don't really have a say in their own fate and live with what the aristocracy has decided for you. And let's see, I am going, as interesting as a barbarian halfling would be, I am going to choose a I tried a cleric in a previous play, and since they only seem to have smite and not actually have any healing ability, or maybe I just didn't run into it properly, I am going to go with a bard. You are a bard. You compose and play songs that uphold the spirits of your companions and keep them fighting. Come an adventurer and ride to your destiny. And I'm gonna say... realistic. No quitting without saving. Okay. Maylene. Because random names are random. Okay, so we've got 8 agility, 6 strength, 5 intelligence, not really my favorite, and 9 charisma. Let's see. Few stats and intelligence is always good. And we're gonna finish it up by finishing that charisma upping. Okay, so we have the ability to ride a horse. Hooray! Unlike dwarves in the Middle Earth, mod. We need maybe horse archery. I am, however, glad I got a point in... Oh, no point in looting? That was just the trainer? Okay, so we're gonna need a point in looting. And spotting is always good. And we're gonna do... Okay, apparently we're definitely a thrower instead of a archery person. because 10 in throw is quite impressive. We're gonna go with a point in power strike, magic power, bend the weave, manipulate the elements, or seek aid from your god to cast various spells. Each point increases the effectiveness of your spell. Okay. Wound treatment and surgery I know are good in the original game. And since we're the starting party member, we need inventory now. Let's see. We have 3 in leadership, that's good. I'm gonna put another one in... let's see. Surgery, I suppose. And one more in magic power. We need to definitely have throwing skill, which we apparently do, so that's good. And aside from that, we've got polearms, two-handed and one-handed weapon as our... I'm gonna go with finishing off the one-handed weapon skill, and then give one to polearm. Okay, and now we get to create our character, our little halfling. Randomize a few times. Okay. Huh. So that's how you zoom in and out. Okay. This is probably the most annoying part of any Let's Play, but I have a weakness for that. We are going to go with ponytail. Hair color. Apparently we don't have much of a choice with this one. So we're gonna put it pretty much randomly. Yeah, whatever. I never was overly specific with my characters besides when I play Fallout. You hear about Ajaria, a land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy, and as the only remaining patch of life and civilization in the land of Ard, a land under threat from all sides, a haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers, all willing to risk their lives in pursuit of fortune, power, or glory. In this land, which holds great dangers and even greater opportunities, you believe you may leave your past life behind and start a new life. You feel that finally you have the key to your destiny in your hands, free to choose as you will, and that whatever course you may take, great adventure will await you. Drawn by the stories you hear about Ajaria and its kingdoms, I have no clue where any of these places are. Let's go to Leon Fair. Okay, came by caravan through the heartland of Ajaria. Green shoots of wheat, barley, and oats are beginning to push through the dark soil of the rolling hills, and on the lower slopes of the snow-capped mountains, herds of cattle and sheep are grazing on the spring grass. Occasionally, too, you catch sight of one of the great warhound horses that are the pride of the Aslanian nobility. The land here is rich but also troubled, as the occasional burnt-out farm bears witness. The men talk in fear about the goblins raiding caravans passing by the area, and it is some relief when you crest a ridge and catch sight of the great port of Leon Fair, its rooftops made golden by the last rays of the setting sun. You are exhausted by the time you find the inn in Leon Fair and fall asleep quickly. However, you awaken before dawn and are eager to explore your surroundings. You venture out onto the streets, which are still deserted. All of a sudden, you hear a sound that stands the hairs of your neck on end. Grasp of a blade sliding from its scabbard. I'm gonna quickly set an alarm for 8 o'clock, and then it's time to deal with this sword sliding from its scabbard. Okay. Where are you? No. Ah, I got you in the leg with a song. How does that feel? Ah, it's dinner time now. And are you alright? Well, I guess you're alive at any rate. I'm not sure that we can say the same for the other fella. That's one less thief to want trouble our streets at night. Although, heaven knows he won't be the last. Anyway, maybe you can help me with something. Let's talk more inside. Out here, we don't know who's listening. Very much true. The merchant takes you to his house. Once inside, he stands by the door for a while, checking the street. Then, finally, convinced you have not been followed, comes near you to speak. Continue. Okay. I am a miniature person. Merchant of Leon Fair. Now, let me explain my proposition. Obviously, I need to play music. We've always had brigands in the hills driven to banditry by war, debt, or love of violence. Recently, however, they've been getting bolder, leaving their camps in the wild and venturing into town looking for unwary prey. The watch commander tells us it's because of all the fighting on the frontiers. Fewer men to keep an eye on the streets, but I'm not sure what to make of that. Seems to me that the most logical explanation is that these bandits have an ally inside the walls who helps them enter unnoticed and helps them identify particularly tempting targets. Last week, you see, they took my brother. I don't know what my brother was thinking. A lad from a prominent house, out alone after dark in times like these. Sounds like you're afraid for him. Well, I suppose you were too, but you're a stranger here, and didn't know how bad things have become. He had no such excuse. But he's family, so what can you do? If you don't protect your kin, then people will start thinking that you can't protect your investments either. And I can't have that. No doubt the gang will soon send word about a ransom, but I don't care to pay it. So here's my proposition. You look like you've a bit of experience with a blade. Interesting, because I just tossed a song at that guy instead of using my blade. And more importantly, you must have a bit of fire in your belly, or you wouldn't be coming to Ejaria to seek your fortune. So here's what I'm asking you to do. Gather a small party, track down these bandits to their lair, teach them a lesson they won't forget, and get my brother back safe. In return, you'll earn my lasting gratitude and a bit of silver. What do you say? I'm interested, I suppose. I got 100 dinars, and a new quest log has been updated. You won't be able to do this by yourself, though. If you try and take the whole gang single-handedly, the hunter will become the hunted. I'll warrant you'll first want to round up a group of volunteers. There's always a few lads in the villages around here looking for a bit of work that's more interesting than tilling the soil or hauling water. They'll follow you if you pay, so take this purse of 100 dinars. Consider it an advance on your reward. Go round to the villages and use that money to hire some help. I'll reckon that you need at least 5 men to take on these bandits. Very good, sir. I'll go collect some men from around the villages. Nice sight of my nostrils there. Good, you can find me again in the tavern here in Leonfair after you've got your group together. Then we'll speak about what we do next. Understood. Okay. Unfortunately, I don't think I can steal anything from him. Tab to leave now? Aw. There's no one to talk to aside from him? Ooh, underground part. Can't use that door. Darn, can't steal his wine and beer and everything. He has a small house. Okay, or well, a pretty good house, I suppose. And here we are at Leon Fair. I don't actually know the map here. Oh, there's looters. 7. Probably can't take on that many, but this 5 amount totally can. But I have to leave, as even though I set that alarm for 8 o'clock, my family is beckoning me for dinner. So I'm gonna leave, exit, and I'll see you all at another time. Have a good day. Bye.